Hello, chat. I know you guys are super duper stoked because this is the mode that we all love to see. We are going to get Crocolokin with Frog Percent. And this is going to be one heck of a Slavanaka, let me tell you. We have representing on this Memorial Day here in the United States, we have the living frog himself, the legendary HUmanMustard, teaming up with Mr. Rana Temporaria himself, Beardy. Two people that do not believe that frog mode is a meme. They believe that frog mode is a way of being. Going against Swami Sensations, DisasterKatti, and Jepsi, I am joined by our Team USA welterweight warpless hero, Supremo himself, a legend among legends, and that is Shadow. Shadow, how are you doing, friend?
I'm doing good. Nice to join you again, Krista.
I know, we had so much fun yesterday. The poop was on fire.
It was, and it looks like we might even get to see some more of that today. We'll see what we'll see if the runners have any poop blocks in store for us again. Even though it's not required, it's still nice to see.
I know. And we have two practitioners of perfection representing the United States going against, Finland's finest. Oh man, I am just excited.
And they're underway, and we see that they don't have the frog suit equipped when they're first on the overworld map, but as soon as they enter 1-1, the Game Genie code gives them the frog suit. And we see the runners tried to carry a shell as close as they could to the end. Jepsi lost the shell first. So you might think this category is a meme, but this is actually one of the most technical categories or most technical ways of speedrunning Super Mario Bros. 3. You'll see like a lot of little short hops and then big hops. Like the runners are going to know where they need to be standing when they make the big jump. When they're carrying a shell, they're not going to want to have that shell killed off by an enemy. So you'll see some like jumps over piranha plants and jumps to actually avoid killing the enemies with a shell and to maximize the amount of time that they can be holding a shell.
Yes. This, a lot of people don't realize how truly challenging Frog Percent is. It is absolutely the Dark Souls of SMB3. And it literally is, because one, you have to time your jumps correctly. You have to know when to hold the shell, because that is the only way that Frog Mario can run. Let's make that explicitly clear. He cannot move fast, typically in vanilla, without holding a shell or unless he is in water. So our runners have to use every tactic possible to make Froggy go fast. So you're going to see Froggy jumps that are coordinated on shells. You're going to see, Froggy airtime on many occasions. Shells are valuable. You are not going to see our runners take that much net damage. But when they do, in Frog Percent, they are eternally frogs. So,
Yep.
They will not get hurt in the traditional way. They will lose those shells, though.
Yeah, and there's a few things we just saw there in that 1-5. Beardy and Katti entered that level pretty much tied and played through it almost the same way, but at the very end, Beardy... Oh no! Now Beardy takes a plunge! 1-6 is a very tough level in all categories, but in this one in particular, it's very tricky. But
Yes.
Beardy was able to kick the shell right before going up the pipe, before the Buzzy Beetle came back from being knocked in the shell, where Katti took damage, and each time you're holding a shell or you take damage from anything, even though you don't lose the frog suit, it costs you a half second.
Now, one thing I like is Jepsi's peace speed through that, because he used excellent cue management. And this is something that I was actually telling you, chat. You have to use visual cues. And, you know, in Warpless, and you know this, Shadow, with peace speed, you know, you literally stomping on Cheeps. You're stomping on Koopas, Goombas, anything to keep that P-speed, jump speed available. And that's exactly what Jepsi did while holding that shell, which is very difficult to do. You know, people don't realize how much of a technical feat that is.
Yeah. And Jepsi is able to come back and even get the lead, and it looks like Beardy as well, despite that death, is now back right behind Jepsi. But again, at the end of that 1-5, like going through the tunnel, Jepsi actually lost the Buzzy Beetle. It might have actually been earlier than that, and that wound up being a big slowdown. But I saw HUmanMustard had to take the lift in 1-6. Couldn't get P-speed. I didn't see how Katti fell further behind.
The first one with the wand grab was Jepsi, and then we have Beardy right on the tail with Katti on Beardy's tail, and HUmanMustard in 4th place for now. So we do have our current gold, silver, and bronze as Jepsi, Beardy, and Katti right at this moment. But with frog percent, anything can happen, because there are a lot of tricks that these runners are going to have to overcome, because these quote-unquote frog-friendly levels ain't really so frog-friendly.
Yeah, when you wind up giving yourself the permanent frog suit, it's actually a very big speed handicap in most of these levels. And it's really interesting how the players are going to have to work around that to, you know, find shells, pick up P-speed, and when you can't get a shell, to maximize your time spent in the air doing big jumps. Let's see how they navigate the moat. Jepsi spent a little time swimming in the moat. Katti is going to spend more time swimming in the moat.
And we have Jepsi coming out with a 283, which is actually kind of commendable, considering 2-2. You know, at the average time that we tend to look for, we set the benchmark at 290 with normal P speed. But, you know, to get 283, 284, considering frog mechanics, not bad.
And normally, you're never going to get to grab, even in water levels, people will ask, while you're watching people do warpless or 100%, like, why not get a frog suit to do the water levels faster? Isn't it faster if you have a frog suit? It's like, it's not faster to actually get a frog suit anywhere. But we saw with Katti that already having the frog suit and permanently having the frog suit, you're actually able to use it to swim a little bit, like the one thing that it is actually advantageous for. But the frog suit is kind of a shame that they didn't do more with it, maybe design like a couple levels around having the frog suit. Really though, pretty much any level in the game, playing it casually, I would take Fire Flower over the frog suit any day. Being underwater. So
and
really,
Jepsi has great control. Like, I really admire her way of doing things. So excellent use there. And
and we get to see a red rocket there from Katti. That thing was moving. and see if we missed it on anyone else's end. It looks like everyone else is out of 2-3. Oh, and we get to see Beardy take out the sun. Let's see if anyone else takes out the sun.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Jepsi gets caught in the quicksand. That's a big slowdown.
Yeah. Losing the shell, and having to resort. And we have Beardy now getting the shell. And that's
really
one tactic that
there.
Beardy used. Did you notice how Beardy turned around to take the hit so the shell would be preserved?
Yep.
That is a tactic used in Frog Percent called shell preservation. So you're going to see our runners do that quite a bit, because losing the shell is basically death to any type of running strat you have.
Yeah, and like we just saw at the bottom of the screen, Jepsi lost the shell on a Goomba trying to do a really tricky jump between the Chain Chomp and the Goomba. And HUmanMustard, meanwhile, was able to keep the shell in making that jump and held on to the shell the whole way to the end card.
Yeah, and our runners are really showing off, how hard but versatile the frog suit is. Yeah. I wonder, do you think we'll get some frog conversion in chat where we'll get some people that say, you know what, I'm gonna start running Frog Percent?
Here we see a really tricky part of the pyramid where they have to they can't duck under the blocks without making a really difficult clip, so they have to break 2 blocks.
Yes, and they have to be able to jump and throw to break that second block from the bottom.
Big frog jump for HUmanMustard in the castle. Looks like Beardy got in first by a few seconds, then Katti, then HUmanMustard, and now Jepsi will be heading in next. Still close enough that any of the 4 could take it.
Yeah, and with auto-scrollers, it's basically the order that you enter is usually the order that you will exit out. And as one of our legends from the USA team is stating in chat, Pyramid is never good for froggies because, they can't run and duck like the other forms can. So they have to work a little bit harder. They have to break those 2 lower bricks, and that's absolutely horrendous. But looks like Beardy gets to Morton first, Shadow, and takes him out.
But really, it is that that handicap of having the frog suit that makes this such an interesting speed run, where you have to find a way to work around the pyramid. And there are going to be other instances where they need to work around certain things. This category only goes to level 5 because there are just certain things you can't do at all as Frog Mario, although there is a no wrong work category where there's a difficult clip that can be made in 8-1 or a really difficult P-speed strat that can be done too.
I believe they also made Gatekeep for it 8F1 frog friendly as well, because it is in randomizer where you can play that particular port with a frog suit. So there are certain levels in the rando version where you can play the higher levels under frog friendly. And it is a hoot, Shadow. You should join more rando races so you can experience the goodness of rando.
That's all right. I'll watch the occasional rando race.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. We're, Because we're still trying to get Butsy. We're still trying. We're failing, but we will get Butsy to join us one day for a rando race. We will. I don't know how, but we'll do it. And hopefully when that happens, you'll join us too, Shadow.
Oh, really good 3-3 there from Beardy.
Yes, that was solid.
See how Katty and HUmanMustard do this, or just about tied up right now. They both nailed it. Katty was a little bit faster there. An exit with a slight lead. Now it's Jepsi's turn.
Yeah, the jumps were on point for all three of those runners. And that's what matters the most, that long jump, because it is so easy to fall into the drink.
Yeah, Jepsi's just going to use the P switch. Doesn't bother to get P speed earlier than that. It's a nice safe strat from Jepsi.
And we are definitely not going to see any door 3 strats. And another thing we're also not going to see in Frog Percent is the wide jump to avoid the Kaizo block that we normally see in Warpless.
Okay, nice 3-4 from Beardy. Katty and HUmanMustard still virtually tied. Katty having that shell run away though. So Katty's actually going to finish this level without the shell. So that's going to give HUmanMustard second place. Not by much though. Still only a few seconds different. Okay, Beardy out of 3-8, which is a scary level in any power-up state.
Yeah, but extra scary when you are a frog.
Jepsi getting key speed through 3-4.
Okay, Beardy taking out the Star Bros, while both Katty and Mustard get through 3-8 and survive. And we have Jepsi now in 3-8 with the shell, uses it to take out poor innocent Boss Bass.
We haven't seen an H jump yet. Let's see if Jepsi can get it. I don't think Beardy went for it. It looked like Katty went for it. I didn't see if HUmanMustard went for it. I just saw the descent.
Froggy did go for it, but missed. Alright, moment of truth time for Jepsi. And not even an attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she opted to play it a bit safer.
Alright, Beardy is the first on the airship. We get a frog leap from Katty.
Almost a sync entrance on Katty and Froggy's side of things. So... no, Macobra, no door 3s. I know, I am sad about that as well. I was hoping to see a frog door 3, but maybe next time. Right, Shadow? We can hope.
Yep. We have 2 races, so maybe someone will go for it in race number 2.
Or maybe, Macobra, you can do a frog percent. You can do a froggy rando seed for a weekly, and then we can have door 3 done then when it's not so stressful.
D for Beardy. Takes 2 hits. Those hits do cost a second. Half second for each of those 2 hits.
Okay, so it's gonna come down, and we have HUmanMustard taking a hit. Looks like
Yeah.
Caddy's was a little bit cleaner, so gets the wand just a half a second faster.
Yep. Very, very tight race between Katti and Mustard. Jepsi almost down into the Wendy fight.
Right, let's see how she takes on La Princesa, Wendy. So far, very clean. So we do have some time that has been gained on Jepsi's side.
Yeah. About 12 seconds behind Beardy, Katti and Mustard are. Jepsi, we'll see here in a little bit. Still not that far behind, maybe about a level and a half, 2 levels. If it's about, well, it looks like it's going to be at least about 40 seconds here.
Yeah, I clocked about something similar. I had it at 45, but you're probably right because she did gain some seconds with that much cleaner Wendy.
Yeah, I saw Beardy at entering World 4 at 17:58 and Jepsi at 18:38, so about a 40-second spread. And Katti and HUmanMustard were about 12 seconds behind, entering the level at about 18:10.
And
right,
the most terrifying level for frogs. 4-3.
Yep, you don't want to lose your Buzzy Beetle there. Okay, no bounce off the block for Beardy. Beardy is through.
And
and HUmanMustard both take the top pipe.
Okay, so far so good. No bonks. And as I said that, Froggy took the bonk. So we will be taking the slow way out. So Katti does get a little extra time on HUmanMustard.
We're going to get to see Katti do some swimming. HUmanMustard gets the big jump. But now we actually do see a good level for the frog suit to do what the frog suit was meant to do. Katti is out. HUmanMustard is out. Jepsi has now cleared 4-3. Nice jump there from Beardy.
Yes, excellent use of P-Speed strats on Beardy's side. And Katti taking a little bit of damage there.
Good 4-4 from Jepsi as well. Beardy is in the second fortress.
Now we may have had a little bit of a time sink with an... I don't know if that was an intended flower.
Alright, Beardy is done with the fortress. Katti and HUmanMustard are right behind. HUmanMustard had a little bit quicker of a kill there on Boom Boom and has taken the lead over Katti by just a little bit.
Yeah, because of the plant fireworks.
But Beardy has extended the lead over both of them here in World 4. It's up around 20 seconds now, 21 seconds. And Katti's turn at the Boom Boom fight. or Jepsi's turn, rather. Nice job, and she'll be joining them on the airship here. Oh, nope. Gets forced to fight an extra hammer bro, so this is going to put her over a minute behind.
Yeah, that hammer bro really hurts because it's the P-Wing bro, which is useless.
Yep, you couldn't use the P-Wing if you wanted to.
Not hardly. Also, look at that jump from HUmanMustard. Doesn't need the screw at all.
Yep. Poop block from Beardy.
Look at that. We are getting some of yesterday's poop block percent. Not even on the World 5 airship. Ah, that's just peachy.
Yeah. And we do have the World 5 airship coming up next, and time will stop on the wand grab. So usually the fastest way to grab the wand, if you can't grab the wand off screen, is to stand on the ground and let the wand fall to you, because the wand falls faster than Mario falls. But in this category, since time stops on the World 5 wand grab, it's going to be faster for the runners to jump up and grab the wand.
Okay, Beardy taking one hit, and as you just saw Beardy demonstrate by standing underneath the wand, it just falls right into his hands, which is exactly what you want to see.
And I'm sure the other runners did it as well, but it was a really good example on Katti's end, making sure he didn't take damage jumping between those.
HUmanMustard was off by about 3 pixels and missed the wand grab on his side.
Yeah, looks like Katti's got a small lead again now.
Yeah, because of the wand grab difference, he had to jump for his. So that changed the dynamics of everything. So it's going to be up to World 5 and execution at this point.
This is the last world of the run. Once we get to World 6, then there are certain levels that you just can't do as a frog, at least not without doing clips. I think 6F1 might be possible with clips, but I think 6F2 is impossible to do as Frog Mario. So that is why the run ends in World 5. Then World 7 has 7F1, which is impossible to do without a raccoon tail. So unfortunately, the run has to come to an end.
6F1 has a jump that cannot be done as a frog because you do need a little bit of juice in order to make that jump. And you need 6F1 in order to go. So we will not be seeing the For the Love and Happiness. Those of you who are in the rando community, we have parameters set up that can make certain levels frog friendly. So you have seen 7F2 done as a froggy, but it is very difficult. And usually, our runners suffer for that. But we have patcher, the map patcher and things like that can compensate for that in randomizer. But in the vanilla game, which is what these runners are playing, they don't have that. So, they have to play in accordance with vanilla presets. I hope that answers it.
Alright, Beardy is almost out of the Twisty Castle. We'll be heading into the last half of World 5 first, barring any mishaps. Addy is the next in the Twisty Castle. HUmanMustard having to fight some Hammer Bros. This is going to put him behind Katti. Alright.
To answer another question in chat, There are modes where you do get penalized if you get hit, such as time attack. But this is a race mode in which we just apply a Game Genie code to it. So that gives you the invincibility aspect of it. So, we can't have them just, because if we put it this way, if they got penalized for every hit they took, it would literally bring this game to a standstill. What do you think, Shadow? If they got penalized for every hit? Oh boy.
I would have lost count. I can only count the 6, so someone else would need to be counting how many hits they've taken. But really, because it does cost a half second in the NES version every time they take a hit, there is a bit of a penalty for taking hits that you don't intend. In some places, it's going to be faster for them to just take a hit, especially, like, as you pointed out, for shell preservation purposes. But for the most part, if they're just running through, like, if they need to jump over an enemy... Oh, Jepsi takes a plunge in 5-4. Such a tough level, frog suit or not. But it is... You're still getting penalized effectively a half second because it still goes through the damage animation, even though you stay Frog Mario. That every time you take damage or power up in this game, it's a half second.
Yeah, and from a race perspective, that can either make or break you winning or losing the game.
Yeah.
And for chat, who is acting a bit bloodthirsty with turning everything as second hit as KO. Woo, Shadow. I would be afraid as a runner with chat being in charge. We would be in trouble, Shadow.
Yeah. Oh no! It looks like Jepsi took another death in 5-4. All right, yeah. But it's castle time.
See,
Beardy
this is
in. Frog leap from
5-4 is one of the most difficult levels with a frog suit because you really do have to be able to move fast, which means that you do have to hold on to that shell at all costs. And Beardy is boarding onto the bum's airship. Oh, Shadow.
Yep. It looks like Katti is going to be next. Get a star fanfare. Getting those extra lives just in case.
And we got us a poop block.
Yes, we do.
Let's go.
Ooh, okay. HUmanMustard had almost jumped off the edge, but was able to regain composure and stay alive. So now it will be HUmanMustard's turn to board the airship. One thing you don't have to worry about here is Roy stun locking you. You might lose a lot of time, but at least you won't die thanks to the Game Genie code.
Yeah, And chat, the OG game, if you had Frog Suit, it would not be one hit, second hit kills unless you're playing the Japanese version where you lose your first power up, you become immediate small Mario. But we represent America and North American. You lose the Frog Suit, you turn into Big Mario, so you do get a second chance.
GG,
right, Shadow?
Beardy? Yep. Well,
and
then with
Beardy
the Game Genie code they're using, you just permanently have the Frog Suit.
Yep. Yeah. Chat is trying to chomp at the biddies of our runners. Woo! We must protect our sacred runners.
And
Beardy has emerged. Yeah, get your GGs out for our first place runner. Our Rana Temporaria himself, Beardy!
HUmanMustard's turn at Roy now.
So Team USA gets the gold for this game. And Katti getting the silver. Ooh-wee-yoo. And it looks like...
for Jepsi.
And we're getting Froggy with the bronze. So I got some times for you, chat. Are you ready? Our gold medalist, Beardy, Mr. Rana Temporaria himself, finished with a time of 31 minutes and 42 seconds. Coming in second, our silver medalist, DisasterKatti, finishing with a time of 32 minutes and 16 seconds. And our bronze medalist, the living legend, Froggy, with 32 minutes and 38 seconds. So, we have, has it shown yet? I'm not going to spoil our 4th place finish yet.
Jepsi's heading down into the Roy fight soon.
Yes, pretty soon we will see what our Suomi sensation Jepsi gives us. Let's see her battle against Roy the Bum.
All right, GG Jepsi. All 4 runners. Yep.
With an official time of 34 minutes and 11 seconds, we have our 4th place finisher, Jepsi, and she has finished as well. So we have the race to room up. Ooh, Shadow, do you see that name? Oh, baby. We've got a great room name, Shadow.
It's Proud Wendy.
Yes! Paying homage to La Princesa. This is going to be good. So you've been keeping...
Did Tina Turner sing a song about Proud Wendy, or am I thinking of something else?
No!
Is that the name of the World 3 airship?
It's close. It's, but we can make it. It's Proud Mary, but we can make it after Wendy. Proud Wendy, keep on burning. Woo! So we're rolling, but we got to change it. And we're croaking on the river. So it's great. It's great. My mom used to love the heck out of that song. So yeah, she will be loving that out the wazoo. So I totally
that was an excellent performance, Krista.
Thank you. I totally dedicate that to my mom, Because would you believe, Shadow, that my mom is a gamer? She is 21 in a couple of minutes, but she is a total gamer.
Nice.
Her games of specialty are 8 Eyes and Bubble Bobble.
Those are fun games.
Yes, level 57 still kicks her bottom, but she loves every minute of it, and she beats me. Like, we game together. It would not be fun. She's the one who taught me how to game on the NES. My mother. I owe her a lot. Zelda 1, Mario 1, Mario 3 in the beginning, vanilla. Everything was taught to me by my mother, who's a gamer. And her name is Mary. Go figure.
All right. I am going to run and refill my coffee real quick.
Okay. And, chat, in the meantime, while Shadow goes and hydrates, you guys should get some hydration going, because I believe our runners, Beardy is ready, but Katti, Froggy and Jepsi are not ready yet. So that gives us a time in which we can have a TED Talk. I hope your Memorial Day is going great. You know, here in Florida, it feels like 101 degrees outside. So, you know, what better way to cool off than to spend time with you guys as our runners get set up. You know, I believe if Macobra is in chat, he might be able to give you a current medal count, because I want to say everything was all tied up.
Yeah, it looks like they did update the sheet. I thought everything was up. The sheet might not have been updated yet when we ended yesterday. Because now
Oh,
it is showing the U.S. is leading in all three categories: 7 gold medals to 6 gold medals, 13 total medals to 10 total medals, and 49 total points to
yeah, that
44
doesn't
total
include
points.
poop percent because they took 2 gold and poop percent. So having Beardy take gold and Froggy take bronze does keep us. I think it ties us again because yesterday we were down by 1 in gold at the end of poop block percent. At least.
Our runners are ready to go, and we'll be seeing them take off for race number 2 shortly.
Oh, it's up to date? Oh, let's go! Macobra just said that that is up to date, what you just read. Let's go, let's go. So Team America is leading, and with Beardy and Froggy taking, that adds to their medal count. So Finland has got to work. But remember, we still have Hundo on deck whenever it gets scheduled. And that is going to be our flagship event.
Yeah, so there are at least, I think, 3 more races to go. There's the any percent no wrong warp race, which is going to be between JT Knott and Stewie Cartman for Team USA and Zone and Mondi for Team Finland. All right, looks like the runners are taking off right now. They're going to have the warpless heavyweight race, which is Budsy and JT Knott on the US side, and Sakali and Track on Team Finland side. And then Hundo, which is also going to be Sakali and Track on the Team Finland side, and Stewie Cartman and Teeks on the US side. So we still have those 3 events left to look forward to.
So we had Froggy take quite a bit of damage and 1-1, which has kind of put him behind in 4th place right now. So this is going to be, 1-2 is a stomping game. Who can best manage their air? I've always called that the stompy stage.
Yeah. Let's see Caddy just come up a little bit short of hitting a Goomba and falls slightly behind Beardy. Now it's fort time.
Yes, and this is another one where jump management is going to be key for our runners.
They're all in the spiky room. Just don't fall down a pit. There's not really anything you can do to go faster.
Okay, it looks like HUmanMustard made up some time on Jepsi somehow. Maybe less than a second to a second on Jepsi?
Yeah. In fact, HUmanMustard even has passed Caddy. Just by a little bit. Beardy has a few seconds lead now, though. Oh, Beardy takes damage. Patty takes damage at the end of 1-5. Still gonna be Beardy in the lead. HUmanMustard looks like he lost the shell sooner, so it's fallen back behind a little bit.
Yeah. I had roughly about Beardy maybe 2 to 3 seconds up on Katti. And then Katti maybe 1 to 2 seconds up on HUmanMustard.
Yep. I don't think that is how Beardy intended to do 1-5, and in fact, looks like Katti has... Well, Beardy, Katti, and HUmanMustard are all pretty much synced. I couldn't even watch all 3 screens at once to see who actually has the lead between them. It looks like Beardy and Katti are almost tied, and HUmanMustard's less than a half second behind them. Jepsi,
yeah, it's almost synced, yeah.
Froggy Elite for Katti.
And this is exactly what you like to see, because it comes down to execution. And, you know, who can get through these levels the cleanest. Because, you know, even though chat was a bit bloodthirsty, but this is where those stuns, those temporary hit stuns, are gonna hurt. So we're gonna have, you know, Beardy opting to take the, you know, less stressful route and go topside, whereas Katti and Froggy, you know, are gonna go and play dodgeball a bit with the cannons and, you know, the bullet bills.
Yeah, and I wonder, I didn't see it, but I'm thinking Jepsi must have taken a death in 1-6. Because she fell about a level and a Hammer Brother behind. Alright, so Beardy has the lead by a couple seconds, then HUmanMustard, and Katti is just a little bit... Actually, no, Katti is a little bit ahead of HUmanMustard.
Yeah, Katti is about a... No, I think Beardy may be less than a second. Like, it's so tight. Yeah, it's Beardy by less than a second. But Katti took the lead because of some menuing. What happened? No, Froggy. Wait a second. Shadow, do you see what I see?
Froggy, HUmanMustard is a little bit ahead of Katti. And almost right behind Beardy now.
Froggy, where did you come from, friend?
Yeah, I wonder if they did a resync or something, because it did seem like Katti and HUmanMustard were flipping back and forth. So maybe there was just a little bit of lag on someone's end. And they fixed that up.
Because Beardy and Froggy are in sync. Yeah, they're almost in sync, Shadow.
Yep. Katti is just a little bit behind, but I think Team Finland would really like to get at least 1 gold today, and see if Katti can keep up.
Okay, so the extra damage bit on HUmanMustard's side did make him about 1 second to 2 seconds behind Beardy.
Jepsi's turning the fort now.
But it looks like Beardy did have to take on one of the bros.
Red rocket there for HUmanMustard. Here it comes for Beardy. And it's nice to see just letting go of the shell in time. There it is for Katti.
Ooh, did get a little bit of recoil damage on the Koopa throw. But yeah, Froggy is in the lead now. HUmanMustard is in the lead.
Let's see. Ooh, HUmanMustard though falls into the quicksand for a moment.
Yeah, that was a bit of a small time sink. Nothing too substantive. With Beardy hot on his tail, Katti hot on Beardy's tail.
Thing is, Beardy can use that music box that he got from the Hammer Bro fight. So if he gets unlucky with the world's 4 and 5 Hammer Bros, you can just put them both to sleep.
Yeah,
ooh, nice moves by Katti and super fast 2-5 there for Katti. Gonna pretty much tie him up with Beardy.
Yeah, because Beardy lost his shell.
Yep. Hammer get for both Beardy and Katti.
It looks like Beardy is the first into the pyramid.
Yep. Well, the pyramid is once again going to... We see already it gave HUmanMustard a little bit of trouble regrabbing the Buzzy Beetle. Oh.
Oh no!
And actually, Beardy has a chance to take the lead here. Oh, that was really smooth from Beardy. So Beardy's got the lead back. Uh-oh. Katti did not want to do that. That Buzzy Beetle will not respawn now. He has to go all the way back.
Yeah, that was not... That was quite unfortunate.
There we go.
Yeah. And Katti is now out.
So... Katti... Oh, missed the end card. Katti might be a little flustered there. Probably fell about 15 to 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, that's a huge time loss, but does get the jump.
The jump is very important, especially as Frog Mario. Alright, Jepsi finishing up the pyramid.
And Jepsi now loses. The shell has to go back. Same issue.
Yeah.
She had as Katti had. But emerges triumphantly from the pyramid.
Silver block there for Katti.
Oh no, if this was poop percent, that would be a flush it down the toilet moment.
Yep.
See, we are now poop block percent connoisseurs. We will drink our tea with our pinky fingers up, and we will critique on if people are poop blocking or not.
Alright, one back in hand for Beardy and HUmanMustard. Katti not too far behind, still in it.
Yes. Things aren't over until it is officially time stopped in Race Time GG. And now we are skipping over Water Shadow.
Yep. Oh, a little bit of a hiccup for HUmanMustard there. There was about a 3-second difference entering the level, but now that might have separated a bit. They're about another 21 seconds behind for Katti, so that's a pretty big difference to make up.
Yeah, it's going to come down to execution, and if they have an issue with jumping strats, and Beardy excellently using the cheap cues gets through. That was the best Froggy suit, even though taking a little bit of damage. That was pretty good use of the frog suit right there on Beardy's side.
Yep, really good 3-2 there for Beardy. Just going to extend the lead even more. That is pretty much what we saw in the last game, was that Beardy just kept separating in Worlds 4 and 5 especially. Just had the lead going into World 4 after having a mishap early, but then once they got to the later levels, it was all Beardy.
Yeah, and we're not looking, obviously, for the sake of the race, we're not going to see any type of meme routing or anything. We're looking at sheer raw technical capacity right now. And Beardy is showing it. That was a very clean, door 6 for it right there, 3F1. So, you have got to love it. I mean, when you see clean execution like that, you gotta love it, Shadow.
Connie went for door 3, but didn't get it.
Oh no! Makobra can be happy. He got someone to attempt the door 3.
That would have been pretty exciting, though, if he would have gotten it.
It's hard enough to do door 3 without the frog suit. So to do it with the frog suit, commendable. And Jepsi getting, dude.
Beardy skipping both Hammer Bros. Don't need the extra hammer in this category. HUmanMustard had to fight one of them, but with Beardy getting them both out of the way, that's Rich getting richer. Going to help extend Beardy's lead.
And I think the reason why Katti gambled on door 3 was because Katti was playing like he was behind.
Yeah, I agree. And having a little bit of a hiccup picking up that shell, hopefully. Okay, takes out Boss Bass with the shell. Gonna be a little bit slower, but also safe. And Katti and HUmanMustard are pretty much synced up now.
That minor hiccup caused Katti to catch up. And, that's where it makes a difference.
Well, Katti chose to use a music box on the Hammer Bros to avoid fighting them. HUmanMustard had fought both bros in this level. So HUmanMustard will have a music box to use in a later level that Katti doesn't have. I think that Beardy is the only one with 2 music boxes, because he did fight the Dom Box Bro in World 2, so Beardy might be able to avoid all Hammer Brothers the rest of the way.
I want to say that there's a greater chance for Runaway Bros than 5, so, ideally you would want to hold your, cassette player until World 5. But I can understand wanting to use it for the sake of trying to get into a better position. But imagine having multiple movements of 4 in World 5.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing in World 3 that I don't know if I saw Beardy didn't get the H jump and Jepsi did, and I don't think we saw a single H jump between the 2 races. I might have missed it if Katti or HUmanMustard got it, but
neither runner did.
I think the reason that Katti would have used the music box wouldn't be to get ahead. It's just that because of the bridge leveling, you either have to fight both or fight neither. You can't just fight one. So he tried to skip both, and then when the other one
it
got
got
in
in
his
the
way, you have to put it to sleep to cross the bridge. Otherwise, you have to fight both Hammer Brothers for the bridge to be in the right position. So
I wasn't looking at the bro position in that case, so yeah, you would be 100% correct. And from a strategy point of view, if you can help it, you don't want to blow your music box here. If you can help it, because the World 5 and World 4 are the greater chances for I'm tongue tied, for runaway bros. And so Beardy is definitely going to use them in these two levels. Put them to sleep, get them out of the way, and just speed run 4 and 5.
Yeah, now that I think about it, Katti must have gotten the Dom box as well, because World 3 is where the princess gives you a music box. So this is where Beardy's getting his second one. So Katti will still have one music box to use.
Yeah.
Nice shell strat there from Beardy.
So which would you use it in, 4 or 5? Because you are a warpless god.
It depends on what the Hammer Brothers do. In general, if you're going to try and avoid having to fight the Hammer Brothers in World 4, but if you can't avoid fighting both of them, then you just use your music box. If you can fight one and guarantee that you won't have to fight both, you might just use it here, and then or you might just fight that one Hammer Bro here and then use the music box in World 5, but in general, the chances are better of being able to fight only one Hammer Brother in World 5. So
ideally,
it will get used here, but it's going to depend on what their positions are and what you're guaranteed to be able to get out of using the music box or not.
So your ideal setup would be, if you had to fight one, let it be the Cloud Bro or the P-Wing Bros, put the other two to sleep, and then, naturally use your music box for...
Yeah, well, they're all going to fight the Cloud. I think that they use one Cloud. They use the Cloud they get from World 2 in World 3, and now they're going to need another Cloud for 5-9. So they're all going to fight the Cloud Bro here in World 4. Now, Beardy has 2 music boxes, so he's going to put these guys to sleep. He's guaranteed. As long as he doesn't have a death, he won't have to fight either of them.
Okay.
So that's... Beardy having 2 music boxes, of course, he's just going to use both of them. And he had picked up Dom box, but also was able to avoid both bros in World 3. So after the fortress, this Hammer Brother right in front of him is going to move, but he can screen scroll him if he moves to the left. So Beardy is out of the woods in terms of unwanted Hammer Bro fights. He might get forced to fight the World 5 Sky Bro, but...
And chat is saying always grab Cloud Bros. Yes, that's a given, but you should actually skip them so that way you can play the best level of 5-9. Right, Shadow?
Right.
Never
Everyone
skip
wants to play 5-9.
Yes, everybody loves 5-9. How could you want to skip the best level? Come now.
And Beardy is in the castle. Well, HUmanMustard and Katti both getting through 4-6 pretty well, but Beardy made it look so
easy.
He makes that big jump, and I feel like he's gonna land in the pit, but then he just lands on the platform in time.
Yes.
it's going to be really tough for either HUmanMustard or Katti to catch up to Beardy, but they're not too far apart from each other.
No, it's looking more like this is going to be a fight for silver.
Oh, this Boom Boom fight is giving Katti a little bit of trouble, but it is over with now. But that will help HUmanMustard extend the lead a little bit.
Yes. And we have Jepsi fighting against that spiny invasion. Lakitu was not being very nice.
Thing to keep in mind also about the Hammer Brother fights is that fighting the Sledge Brothers in World 4 is a little bit faster than fighting the two Hammer Brothers in World 5. So really in World 4, you really want to be able to avoid fighting both sets of Hammer Brothers if you're going to use a box. If you use a box and then still wind up fighting one of them, you may have really set yourself back compared to saving the box for World 5.
Ah.
Alright,
That's good to
Beardy has
know.
got the wand.
And we are going to World 5. See, the reason why I love to ask questions like this, Shadow, is that we have a lot of people that view these events and, are new to the Super Mario Brothers 3 community. They're maybe interested, may not understand the strats. So it's always good to have a nice seasoned runner like yourself give that expert advice so that way you can guide them on the path.
Yep, even just being a more educated viewer of the run can make it more interesting when you might not know little things that runners are thinking about in the background. It might not be apparent why they made certain decisions that they made. Beardy is the first into World 5, and in fact is in 5-2 before any of the other runners have even returned the wand of the king.
Yeah, they haven't even touched ground in World 5 yet. My goodness. Just went through 5-1. You gotta appreciate how he just blasted through 5-1.
Alright, HUmanMustard is the next one into 5-1. Gonna hop on through.
Bypassing the sweetest little enemies, the nippers. Cute little guys.
Beardy using his other box here in World 5 before entering the fortress. When you come out of a pipe transition or mushroom house, the bros can wake up, but they don't move after you leave a non-level. And the Twisty Castle does not count as a level, it counts as a pipe transition. So when you leave, the bros don't move. So it's a little bit of a gamble, because if you die in the fortress, you're going to wind up wasting your music box, but nobody plans to die in the fortress, and it saves extra Hammer Brother movements to put the bros to sleep before you go inside the fortress.
Yeah. That is a gamble that many runners like to take. I've seen them do it.
Well, in a PB attempt, your run's dead anyway if you die in the World 5 fortress, but in a race, a lot of runners do choose to wait until after the fortress to use their music box.
See, me, I've seen, them put it to sleep on both sides, and I prefer to go afterwards, but I'm also the one who just has a conquistador type attitude and just says, I'm going to take out everything. So, I'm not here to win races. I'm just here to kind of just take out everything and leave no prisoners behind. So I don't have to worry about any movements of 4 because there won't be any movements of 4. Take that, Hammer Bros.
HUmanMustard didn't have a music box to use, so has to fight the P-Wing bro. And Katti does have a music box and puts those bros to sleep, but Jepsi waited until after the fortress to use that music box. And it's gonna... That difference in fighting the bros is going to help Katti out, but not enough to overtake HUmanMustard.
No. Not at this point, no. It would take a little bit more for Katti to overtake Froggy at this point. And Beardy is getting set up for P-Speed. 5-7, goodness. But loses it, which is okay, because we're at the end.
Yeah, it was a really good 5-7 there for Beardy.
Yes, it was. Beardy's making this look so easy, but as you told me in our, in our studio room, should I say, Beardy lives, eats, and breathes Froggy.
Yes. Yeah, Beardy has world record in most frog percent categories, and really, while most people turn to frog percent categories temporarily as a diversion, in Beardy's case, frog percent is what he mainly specializes in.
And, he's showing it. He is showing it. I mean, there's literally nothing that you can say that Beardy has, really flawed in terms of execution. Like, he's been on his cues with regards to enemy stomps. His jumps have been calculated. He's been measuring out P-speed. It's textbook. If you really want to learn about frog percent, he's the person to study under.
HUmanMustard having a rough 5-7. Katti had already taken the lead after a really good 5-5, but now that lead is extended even further. Beardy is on the World 5 airship. There really isn't anything that can go wrong for Beardy from here.
Yeah.
So
we may see a repeat of last game.
Yeah. Another poop block for the road for Beardy. Alright, Katti is taking down Boom Boom.
Alright, does get the item out the way, so that way we will cloud the best level, sadly, of 5-9. My heart breaks every time I see that cloud going over 5-9 shadow.
Katti gets another star fanfare in 5-8.
Oh no.
Oh, GG's for Beardy?
Yes, get your GG's out for Beardy.
Oh no,
congratulations.
It's the pit in 5-5, and Katti having to fight a hammer bro.
So the first one onto the airship is actually HUmanMustard.
Yep. So, still really close. And the Roy fight is going to decide it between these two.
Yep, it's going to come down. Now, the last battle, what made the difference was Froggy was off by about 3 pixels on the grab, which meant that he had to jump in order to get the wand. And so that extended his time. and that was the loss. So let's see if Froggy makes the adjustment. And I guess I should get the invite for Beardy for interview, because we are finished with the second game. So I'll get that set up, Shadow, while you handle the good stuff.
All right, Jepsi is now in 5F2. So she'll be joining them in the airship soon. HUmanMustard going down into the Roy fight. And gets the third stomp. HUmanMustard is going to take second. Gets the wand. DisasterKatti not far behind. Just missed catching the wand at the height of the jump. So really close between Catty and HUmanMustard.
And who is waiting in our waiting room? Mr. Rana Temporaria himself. Give it up, everybody, for the one and only double gold medalist, Beardy! Yay, GG, Beardy!
Hey, GG. Oh no, Jepsi took a plunge and 5-8. I wonder if...
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yes,
Welcome
we
in,
can hear
GG.
you. GG's, Beardy. Oh my goodness, you are a true tactician among tacticians. I actually called you by the genus and species name of frog because you embodied it the whole race.
Hold up, I have an issue here. I gotta fix on my end. Sorry.
No worries at all. So let me give you our gold, silver, and bronze medal times in the meantime. So coming, our Rana Temporaria personified Beardy coming in with an official time of 31 minutes and 15 seconds. GG on that. Our silver medalist, the legendary Frog himself, HUmanMustard, with a time of 32:52, and coming in third, the Swami sensation DisasterKatti with a time of 32:57. Ooh, that was a razor thin finish, Shadow.
Came down to the Roy fight. HUmanMustard got in there a little bit quicker and nothing went wrong. So HUmanMustard was able to take second place over DisasterKatti.
Ah.
And yep, Jepsi is now on the airship. She's gonna be finishing this one up soon.
And that is the coolest avatar of Frog Mario I have ever seen on Beardy's side. Got the sunglasses and everything, styling and profiling. That is the mark of a true champion frog.
Yeah, I think I finally just joined y'all.
Hey, welcome in again. GG to you. Congrats on winning both races.
Beardy, our gold medalist on 2 races. You are amazing.
And GG to Jepsi as well, finishing it up.
Yes, and GG's too, Jepsi. Her time was 35 minutes and 49 seconds. That's Finland's finest representing. So Beardy, tell us about your greatness that you have shown us. You have shown us that frog percent ain't no joke. It ain't no meme. It is something we need to take seriously and put some respect on it.
I've been saying that for years. I blame mustard.
Because
It was a good run. I nerves, obviously, in the first race, but I got calmed down, I think, after I died.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I think it was really impressive all the little time saves you were able to do with avoiding losing your shell and just making really precise jumps, because each race from World 3 on, once the first race you had that death in 1/6, but you came back really quick, and then it was like you had a small lead in World 3, and it got a little bit bigger, and then it got a lot bigger in World 4, and then World 5, once you entered World 5 with a lead, it was just over.
I was kind of wondering, I want to watch the playback because all of us use, I wouldn't say fairly different strategies, but different backup strats for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see, because even in the second race, I mean, there was like, I messed up. The P-Wing tech is pretty new. Like, Bagler kind of figured out how the P-Wing worked a couple of years ago. So but it's still fairly new tech. Like, we only use it in a couple spots sparingly. And it's just, when you mess up like the P-Wing routes, like, it can be disastrous pretty quickly.
Oh, so that's why you were using it, because I was trying to figure out why you were activating it. I thought it was just to clear it out and get it out the way, just so you could have easy access to break my heart and skip over the best level of 5/9.
No, the what it is on the tech side. So obviously the P-Wing wasn't designed to be used in conjunction with other suits. So what happens is you start with P-Speed instantly, but in the frog suit, if you bonk into something, fall off a ledge, take a step and don't jump, because all your jumps are basically frame perfect, you keep P-Speed. So the minute like you slip up even the slightest bit, you go from having maximum speed to none.
Oh,
So
wow.
like in 5.8, we use it there too, but if you miss that first jump in 5.8 with P-Wing, you're jumping to your death usually.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
maybe that's what we saw happen to Jepsi, because it looked like she just jumped right into a pit. I thought, oh, maybe she's given up, but then she went on to
Jepsi
finish the run.
PB'd.
So nice.
On the last
GG
race,
to
and Jepsi PB'd, I'm pretty sure.
Nice. Yeah, she died twice in 5.9, and I think the first one it just looked like she just jumped into the pit for no reason, but maybe she was attempting that P-Speed strat you were talking about. I didn't notice whether that was the case, but or 5.8.
We learned something again. See, it's always good to ask questions, because you always, life is a learning experience, and every day you learn something new. And from such a frog tactician like yourself, it's always good to learn. And I'm sure by watching this, you have gotten more people, to want to do frog games. So congrats on that, Beardy. No, there are more people that were asking about having this event again, Beardy.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, show some love for frog.
Yeah.
Hey, and I got 3 poop cubes.
Yes.
I got all 3 of them.
GG.
We were the 2 comms for poop block percent. Yeah. And that was noted, friend. We were noting it. So you would have gotten gold for poop block percent as well, buddy. You know, you would have gotten honorary gold for that, right, Shadow? Because you did the harder version of poop block percent. Frog poop. Frog
different
poop
colors.
block.
Yeah, but it is really impressive how technical the frog percent categories are. And that
we spent a lot of time on it. Mustard kind of, I always give him credit because he kind of modernized it. If you watch some of the older runs, there wasn't a lot of shell tech involved. Routing, people just kind of play the levels how they knew them. And then Mustard kind of opened up a lot of the route. And then, like I said, Bagler figured out the P-Wing, and then we just kind of tightened things up. So I like it. It's very technical. It's a different way to play the game for sure.
So, Beardy, I come from the rando side of things. When are you going to do a frog race with us in randomizer?
About that, I did that last year, and then I was told I can't do comps and stuff.
No.
I did an interview and slipped up, so I'm always like, meh. It was like a one hit kill rando with frog.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful. Because we do have frog races in rando, and you should come. I'll send you a DM when we have those, so you could be our special guest. Because it would be great to have you. We have a new crop of rando runners that like doing froggy too.
There we go. I've been watching the rando runs too. I heard you say you're trying to get Budsy back into it.
Yeah, yes. You can also, help convince Budsy to come join rando. Because I'm trying to get Shadow too, but he gave me a big fat no. So Shadow gave me a no. But maybe if we can get more people into doing rando, it'd be great. And then we can have more rando, and we can go against other countries too. Imagine that.
There we go.
And here I am tacking more work on Macobra. He's looking at his screen right now like, yeah, about that. About that. You act like this is easy to coordinate.
Man, and you ain't seen nothing. Macrobra's got a speedrunners edition of Frog, so we can play Frog Warpless. Which you see some tech here, but that gets nuts. There's a lot more going on in Frog Warpless.
Oh,
yeah,
we need to have that done, and Shadow could participate.
Yeah, get Macobra to get some of them levels in there, because
we have it in rando.
Frog.
Like we have it in rando.
Ah, well then yeah. So
that's why I said, come join us in rando, friend. Because you can do 8F1. Yeah, because we have frog-friendly 8F1.
Yep.
So you have to join us.
And move on. Yeah.
Jumping. No, it's not like that. But
and avoid boss bash and some other fun stuff.
Yeah, we have so many frog-friendly levels. You've got to see one of our frog-friendly, rando games. So I got to let you in the next time we do that. And I know Macobra will tag, the community on that, and then I'll tag you, and then you could come in and, obliterate everyone. So that would be great.
We got a good community. I've been saying that for years too.
Speaking of which, if anybody is in chat that can hit up with the !R command, that way you guys can give all 4 of our runners a great big old follow, because they are truly the Bret Harts of the community. They are the excellence of execution, so you got to give them a big fat follow. Also, !C, so you can give Shadow a big fat follow, because he's the welterweight champion in my book, okay? So you got to put some respect on his name and give him a big old fat follow. So,
I don't know about champion. I was second among those who participated.
Listen.
Speaking
You're
of
a champion
the
in my
layout. The nice, beautiful layout for this event was done by Health myself.
Yep, GG, and thank you to Health for the wonderful artwork. Really love our flag-colored Mario Brothers throwing fireballs at each other.
Okay, since nobody was there to do it, I'll do it myself to give the runners and Shadow a big fat follow. Had to jump on my PC for.
I already follow Shadow. I've bumped into his stream accidentally a couple times right out of my pocket.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, with Beardy's 2 wins, that increases the United States' lead over Finland, does it not, Shadow?
Yep, the current medal counts are 8 golds for Team USA, 6 golds for Team Finland. Total medal count is 15 for Team USA and 11 for Team Finland. And the score is 54 points to 45. Team USA has the lead. We have 5 races left to go in 3 events. So we have the set of 3 no wrong warp races. So that's going to have 3 medals given out for each of those 3 races. So that can help swing things for Team Finland in terms of medals. And then the warpless heavyweight and hundo races, there's just going to be 1 race worth triple points and 1 medal given out for each of those races. So we have 5 races in 3 different categories left to go. So keep an eye out.
And we should give chat a rundown as to who is going to be representing both of those teams. Let's see. I think you said heavyweight, any percent warpless. So Team USA, we have our great commentator cursor himself and future Rando Rudder, Budsy, Mr. Russell, your Jimmys, RNG, teaming up with JT, not, representing you as very strong. Any percent warpless Team Shadow, very strong. Going against the Suomi Sensations, representing Finland of Sakali and Track, very strong team too. And what other event? I know Hundo.
Yeah, so we have the Hundo, which is also Sakali and Track for Team Finland, and then it will be Stewie and Teeks for Team USA. And then the any percent no wrong warp, which is JT Knott and Stewie on the Team USA side, and Zone and Mondi on the Team Finland side.
No wrong warp. No! So no 7-1 fun?
No 7-1. It will just be going straight to World 8. It's the race edition, so they will have no hands each time. It'll just be a very quick run right to the end. And
imagine not being able to get the red warp of goodness in 7-1. That hurts, Shadow. That hurts. It hurts me like not having Frog Olympics hurts Beardy.
Sure.
Well, that's just the way that category works. Sometimes you're able to grab both whistles and use them to get to World 8 as fast as you can. And since that's what they'll be allowed to do, I think that's what we'll see them do. I suppose it could still fit within the category rules that one of them could decide to go play World 7, but I doubt that either of them will take that detour.
Gotcha. Well, since it is Memorial Day and we are here in the States, most of us, I guess we should close up shop so people can start gassing up their grills or charcoaling it out, get their barbecues going. What do you say, guys?
Let's go. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Yep. GG again, Beardy. Congrats on the wins today. And
yeah,
we'll
it's
see
awesome.
everyone
Thanks for the comp, guys.
No, thank you for showing us that we need to put some respect on the frog. So, Shadow, this was a great Memorial Day that I got to spend commentating with you. I hope you have the greatest Memorial Day ever. Chat, make sure that you enjoy your day as well. And on behalf of the Super Mario Bros. 3 community, thank you so much to our runners for showing one heck of an experience for all to witness on this day. As we leave you, make sure you give our runners and our great commentator Shadow, one heck of a big old fat follow. Also, thank you so much to SpeedGaming for hosting this event, as well as our event coordinators. You guys are amazing. Chat, you know we love you, and we can't wait to see you for the next events, which haven't been scheduled yet. But know that once they are, we'll be right here on SpeedGaming to deliver it to you harder than X will ever give it to you. Take care and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.